How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA analyst, and today we're going to be talking to you about how to beat drop back in FIFA 20. One of the things that you guys have been asking for so much in the comment sections recently, you seem to be struggling with it. So we're going to go dive through, show you exactly some situations on how you guys can go through and beat drop back. If you do enjoy the video, please let me know by dropping a like, and you can subscribe to the channel. We do upload every day at 5 PM, and we do also stream over on twitch.tv/FIFA analyst every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all at 8 PM UK time. So make sure you come on over there and say hello to ask any questions. Jumping into it, one of the things to drop back to pay attention to is the team shape. You can just see here, he has got his whole back line, his whole midfield directly there as a brick wall. You can't see the left back. The left back is just behind him where I am essentially, and he's literally slotted into there. A lot of people here would look at going down into the middle, which is one of the issues when you play against drop back and with the narrow width that people tend to run. Try and utilize any space that you do get to see on the pitch. Here, a lot of people will go, not really going to utilize that wing. They cut back into the middle. They wait. The guy then intercepts the ball, and then they moan because they can't break him down. They can't get through his drop back or his narrow width. The key thing here, though, was that a lot of people probably would have played this pass into Nainggolan, which might have been a bit of hit and hope. We have the patience to wait. We wait for the defender to come through and then bait the ball well and get that into the back of the net. So nice little bit of composure there, which I'll go into in just a second. But that is one of the key things when it comes to beating drop back, though. It's just seeing if you do get a bit of space, you've got to try and utilize it. The majority of the times where you will get the space is going to be down on the wings. It's not going to be through the center, because when people play drop back, they tend to have quite a narrow defensive width as well. It might be 3 or 4. It then means that in the middle of the park, where it is the most dangerous to try and get into the opponent's box, it's literally clogged up. When you want to try and get into those areas, like highlighted on the screen now, you need to break that midfield line and get directly in front of their centre backs. Where I'm pointing to here on the screen, that is where we want to start working towards. As soon as we can beat that midfield line, you are then onto his last line of defence, and that is where you will have the most joy in trying to beat drop back. How can you actually get there? Move the ball around quick touch pass, little bit of dribbling, little bit of skill moves. When you get the opportunity to play a pass into that area of the box, you play it at all times. I'll go into how you can actually generate the space inside the box in just a second, but you need to play those passes into there. We do here with CR7, and then we go for the near post finish, which is very, very strong this year. So now I'm just going to talk about what you can be doing to kind of beat drop back, while we've got some highlights here for you as well, to just show you how we managed to break our way into the box or go for the long shot, vice versa, whatever it is, to make sure that we're grabbing the goals and getting these people put to bed. There's nothing worse than playing against someone that's dropped back, in my opinion. I absolutely despise it. It's not something that's very enjoyable. So there's a few points to take into account, though, when you are playing against drop back, and that is patience. I preach patience all the time to you guys. Do not get annoyed with it if you can. You really, really need to just wait it out. Be patient with the ball. Don't rush things. If he is playing drop back, accept that it is a way of playing the game. They are more than entitled to do it, but you just need to play the more patient game. Eventually, what will happen, which is kind of the next point, is they will drag a player out of position. And when they drag a player out of position and they lose their defensive shape or midfield shape, and you see that gap that I've already spoken about, whether that is in the middle of the park, in behind, down the wing, wherever it is, you've got to make sure that you go ahead and exploit it. Doing that and having the patience, you might hold the ball for the next 10-15 minutes outside the edge of the box, but just wait, just keep waiting. When you are holding the ball, one of the key things to do is to make sure that you are holding it on the edge of the box. There's no point holding it on your halfway line, because if you are and they do make a mistake, they do drag the centre back out, you're too far away to really capitalise on it. So you need to make sure that you are passing literally outside that edge of the box, that kind of final third, because if he makes that mistake and you can see it, you boom, pounce on him and kind of get into the killer situations to make sure that you can do it as well. Going on to the next point, which I kind of touched on briefly for you, was kind of what do you actually do when you get inside the box? You've got to make sure that you've got some skill moves in your locker, whether that's a ball roll, a drag back, a first time fake shot, a McGeady spin, a heel to heel, whatever it is, you've got to have some extra kind of layers into your game as well. I will be doing a skill moves tutorial very soon, so do stay tuned for that, which should help you as well. One of the other things is that obviously dribbling, if you can dribble, it absolutely helps so much inside outside the box. Again, a tutorial's coming on that very, very soon. One of the things that I will say, if you do play a pass into your striker and he has got his back to goal and they've got the defender right on your striker, just make sure that you hold L2, LT while you're doing it to shield the ball. I wanted to slow this down here to just show you that we're just taking those first time passes, or we're taking a touch and then a quick pass, laying it off. The skill move might have been a little bit unnecessary, but the little pullback with the dribbling and then the drag back, we go for that near post finish to absolutely do that defender there. When you are being patient outside the box, right, I want you to be patient with it. I don't want you to give the ball away cheaply. However, sometimes literally one touch pass, one touch pass, one touch pass. The more you can do that and the more you can get better at that, the opponent will make mistakes. They will drag players out of position. I don't care if they've got literally 10 men, 9 men behind the ball. They will make a mistake. They will show you their face. They will give a gap for you to kind of exploit. You've just got to be so patient when it comes to it. Now, when you do get inside the box, or you do get on the edge of the box, the key thing that you've got to do is make sure that you are going for those kind of OP strong finishes. This year, near post is pretty much the go-to in a lot of situations, but also when it does come to edge of the box finishing, you can still use a finesse to go for that far post and kind of slot it into the back of the net that way as well. What we're going to do now is just show you, this is how you might find your games are going at the minute when you're playing against drop back. This is a typical 4-2-3-1 v 4-2-3-1. It's so narrow. You probably haven't got your fullbacks on balanced or join the attack or whatever it is. They're probably on stay back. So you're just finding that you don't have a space. You get frustrated, and then me kicking the ball out is just you kind of, obviously you're not going to do that in the game, but that's where you might lose the ball. What I wanted to show here when it comes to the actual player instructions, tactics, when it comes to your team, the players in white that are highlighted are the people that you're going to have involved in the attack. So if you're playing 4-2-3-1, you've got 4 players there. The 2 CDMs and the fullbacks for you guys are probably on stay back while attacking. What does that mean? It means you've got 4 players trying to break down possibly 8-9 men in defense. It's almost impossible for you to do. You are outnumbered. You need to try and get as many players involved. Yes, it does leave you open to a counter attack. I appreciate that. But a bit of practice, not giving the ball away cheaply, and if you do get countered on, being patient with it and don't diving in. I'm doing a video on how to, when you get countered on, how to deal with it very soon. Stay tuned for that one as well. But having more players involved in the attack means that if he's got 9 men behind the ball and you've literally got 8 men forward, well, he's only got 1 spare man then, so it's not as big of an advantage for him. You've got to take this sort of stuff into account. When anyone says, I can't beat drop back and I'm playing 4-2-3-1, I'm playing 4-4-2, what's your instructions like? Well, I have my strikers on balanced, I have my wingers on balanced, and everyone else on stay back. Well, that's why. Like, just think about it, guys. It's kind of logic at the end of the day. But as I said, drop back, it can be frustrating to play against. It's not as strong as it used to be, where before they made the patch, it was very strong this year. However, it still is an effective method when you do come up against it. You can actually create a specific tactic for drop back to play against. What I'd kind of recommend is something that's got quite a bit of width to it as well, but you might have a bit of a higher depth and you might play fast build up or balanced on that front just to move the ball around a little bit quicker. If you get the chance to counter as well, guys, you've got to make sure that you are taking it as well. There was some clips in those highlights for you as well where we do counter, so that's where we move the ball around quicker because the guy's just come off an attack. He hasn't had a chance to drop back and get all of his players behind the ball. That's where you need to try and capitalize as well. Once he has got his team back in that shape and you are getting very irritated with it, that's when you be patient. That's when you just play that ball where a little bit slower. Occasionally you'll mix it up and do that 1 touch pass and then move it around that way, but you have got to be patient as a whole. But if you get the chance to counter, absolutely try and take it. Don't give the ball away cheaply, but try and take it. That's going to be it for the end of the video though, guys. I hope you did enjoy. As always, if you did, please let me know down in the comment section. Massive thank you for the support on the videos recently, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Have a good evening, guys. Bye bye.